This is exactly what Cowboys fans have been waiting to see. Well, here we are, Cowboys Nation, 3 preseason games in, and I'm no longer optimistic. I'm fully confident in what Coach Shoddy has done with this Cowboys team. Welcome back. Welcome back to Cowboys Digest. I know it's late. Listen, as always, before we get started, we did notice 82.4% of you watching are not currently subscribed. Of course, this is your number one source for everything Dallas Cowboys news, updates, information, everything. So as always, please hit that subscribe button. It is 100% free. So here we go, Cowboys Nation. 3 games in. Preseason is officially wrapped up with an exception to a Jaden Blue ankle injury that just happened, and I'll get into as we get into the summary of the game. For the most part, let me know what you think in the comments. We made it. I don't remember the last season where we got through our last preseason game and there were no major injuries to like our first, second, even the third strings. Let me know in the comments. Overall, I'm excited. So, as I've been doing, for our late night games, I go through first, second, third, and fourth quarter, pretty much my take and pretty much a summary of what was going down in those quarters. So let's get right into it. And of course, afterwards, we're going to go into some numbers and look at what everybody did. So Q1 started slow. So the Falcons did miss a field goal attempt by Koo. Milton drove them down the field down to the 21 on the Cowboys' next possession. So Deuce Vaughn, he had some nice carries on the drive. I'm still not sold on Deuce Vaughn. I'm not a big Deuce Vaughn fan. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think he was a waste of a draft pick, because he's got a dad that works for the Cowboys. And listen, I seen the video. It was sweet, but we have to take that sentimental crap out of this element and out of the elements of this team and the Cowboys and get this team more nitty and gritty. Deuce Vaughn is great, but he is not and don't need to be on this roster. Let me keep it going. So Milton runs a play action at the 2-yard line, and he runs it in himself for a touchdown. That was great. We went up 7-0, and for the first time all preseason, we started the game with the first points. Next Falcons possession, Mozzie Smith got a really nice stop in the backfield to force a 4th down. Now, an O-lineman did miss an assignment. It's always got to be noted. When you're the guy that makes a play, but you just so happen to make a play when the guy who was supposed to be assigned to you or supposed to be challenging you completely misses. All right, so now we look at what did you do after he missed. You did your job. You stopped him in the backfield. You got to stop. Hey, listen, I'm happy. I'm cool. I was glad. I'm always glad to see a flash of Mozzie. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to see a flash, at least, of Mozzie Smith doing something, because if anybody wants him to work, it's me. More than Andrew Booth. And y'all know how I feel about Andrew Booth. Let's keep it going. So what do we got? So Mozzie Smith, like I said, he got a nice run stop on 4th down. An old lineman missed an assignment, of course. Bud was a great job. So our tight end, Fairweather. This guy's come up a lot of times in preseason. Our tight end, Fairweather, has made some great catches. He had another one on 3rd down, then a completion to Ryan Florian. He had a couple nice catches too. And then Jaden Blue got his first carry. It goes for 0 yards. And then the second one goes for almost 10. He was explosive. Who is this? Who do I have? There was a flag on a Johnny Cornelius. My guy. I've been talking about a Johnny Cornelius a lot. I think it's going to be a great right tackle. There's no two ways about it. He had a little flag. Oh, well. Jaden Blue gets the ball again, and we go up 14-0 because Jaden Blue gets his first touchdown in preseason. He looked explosive. He looked so explosive. I see why he almost incidentally got his ankle kind of caught up in the big hit that he did. It's like just a little bit more patience. But at the end of the day, that was our first quarter, and we ended up 14-0. So now, second quarter, Falcons drove to the 30. James Houston makes a great backfield stop, and the Falcons QB throws the craziest interception I've ever seen. Basically, the running back was supposed to run what looked like a post where he threw it, and he ran a stop route. It gets picked off, and it got called back. Let me know in the comments why. I just so happened to get up. After that interception, I got up, handled something, came back, and saw that the Falcons still had the ball, of which they didn't score. They ended up going, 14-3, and the Cowboys got the next possession. But let me know what happened. Cowboys next possession, Milton goes 3 and out. Falcons are driving a little, but the Cowboys are hitting. They're hitting. This team was hitting all game. That's all I heard through my TV was pads, hitting pads. We got a next stop. We got a big stop on a 4th and 1, or to cause a 4th and 1. And then to result into a 4th and 1. And then the next Cowboys possession, Milton was slinging it. He hit Ryan Florian for a nice pass. Deuce Vaughn got a couple carries. He got stopped, and we did punt after Milton threw a deep ball and missed it. The Falcons took over. 2-minute warning hits, and they start to drive. They hit about the 25. And, again, the Cowboys are hitting hard throughout this entire game. The Falcons QB was getting loose on us a little bit. He was getting out the pocket. He was making some runs. He throws a touchdown on a 3rd and 8 to make it 14-10 with 48 left in the second quarter. And that was just that. Now, the Cowboys took that 48 seconds. Joe Milton went dot. Not that many, but a couple dots. That led to Brandon Aubrey hitting a 64-yard field goal with ease. I wish I could drop that clip. I can't put that clip in here because they're gonna they're gonna do that thing that YouTube does. I can't do it. Nonetheless, with 48 seconds left, that was impressive to get to the 54, I believe, is where they had to be to kick, I guess, that 64-yard field goal. But to get there in that amount of time, it was great. Joe Milton was poised to get them down, just in position to kick that field goal. And, of course, Brandon Aubrey clutch. So, cool. Q3. So, the Cowboys received the kick to start the third quarter. Milton starts the third quarter as well. Gets to the 45. Gets to a 4th and 1. And then we run an RPO. This is the first time I've seen them run that fake and then pull the ball, go the other way. He did that 20-plus. By the way, Noah Fant, I believe that's his number, 85. He absolutely pancaked the guy. Go back, rewatch, third quarter. Joe Milton runs an RPO for about 20-plus yards, number 85. He absolutely pancaked one of the Falcons on that play. So then going a little bit further, Joe Milton throws Shashawn Holden. He's been making plays all preseason and in all camp. He throws to him for a first down, and then a deep pass to Jalen Brooks for the touchdown to make it 24-10 early in the third. At that point, I think as Cowboys fans, we were like, okay, it took a couple games, but he settled in. Joe Milton looks like he can be a solid backup. And maybe, just maybe, we can let Will G go and open up another roster spot for somebody else in another depth position that we need, like the backfield or the linebacker field, which the linebackers core looks strong. But let's keep it going. So Falcons next possession. Defense was physical again. Perrion Winfrey, he had a great sack. Mind you, this guy is 6'4", 290 on the D-line. He's stout. I like this guy a lot, and I like him a lot for the run stop. The Falcons punt. Now, Weird Gear, he ends up going 3 and out. Falcons get the ball back and drive down the field well into our territory at the 45. And it's about a 3rd and 4 is what I have here typed out. And pretty much that ends the third quarter. They don't score. It pretty much ends the third quarter, and going into the fourth quarter, the Falcons are trying to get into the end zone from the 10-yard line. It hits the 3rd and goal. And he gets picked off by Darius Harris from really good pressure. When you go back and rewatch the tape, I did notice that the Cowboys brought pressure from the left and right a lot of times. They definitely showed a lot more. Coach Shoddy showed a lot more in this game than he has any other previous games, but hasn't incorporated a lot of the motion, which has been great. Don't show the motion. Don't show the motions we'll be doing or none of that yet. We don't need to see that yet. Not yet. So going a little bit further, now my fourth quarter thesis is the longest. So, mind you, so we talked about the interception by Darius Harris. Who ends up making a 26-yard field goal, making it 24-13. Cowboys next possession, Jaden Blue goes down with a lower leg injury, walked off under his own power, which is a good sign. First of all, why is he in the game? It's the fourth quarter. Let me know, Cowboys Nation, how you feel about that. Why is Jaden Blue in the game with what he's already shown in the fourth quarter? He was later ruled out with a lower ankle injury. Walking under your own power is the biggest sign of positivity throughout this. Prayers that he comes back very soon. But it does bother me, Cowboys Nation. Like, let me know what you think in the comments. What does that have to prove putting Jaden Blue out there at that point in the fourth quarter? Absolutely nothing. So going a little deeper, we eventually punt. Falcons next possession. They go for a first down on the first play, approaching midfield. Shamar James, our 5th round pick, picks the ball off next passing possession. Now, he was number 1 in the nation coming out of high school. That should be noted. I did note that down. The linebacker room feels strong. He's a linebacker, by the way. It feels strong. The linebacker room feels like we might actually have some depth that we didn't even know we had. I'm excited. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, the optimism is going. I have faith. Next possession, Will G is driving. He hits Fairweather. Again, the tight end. He makes plays. I think Fairweather needs to make this team. That's why we need a 2-quarterback roster to save a roster spot for somebody like a Fairweather. He had a nice completion on a long 3rd down, and Will Gear on the 1st down. Let me see what I got here. Will Gear needs time. So that's right. So he did take a hit. Will Gear took a hit. It looks like it was to the lower knee, but he was okay. Now, Phil Maffa looked great. On his first carry, he ran from the 12 or 13 to like the 3 or 4 yard line. Pass interference, of course, in the end zone brings it to the 1. Will Gear tries the quarterback sneak, doesn't get it, and then hands it off to who else? Phil Maffa, and he gets the touchdown. Listen, we don't have a Jalen Hurts-esque quarterback. The Eagles fans will kill me when they see this, but we don't. Not unless you're Dak trying to go for it. And even then, Dak's not like, he's not that small. Like, Jalen Hurts is a more packed, compact quarterback. Dak got some height in his own build. Dak is actually in his Slim Reaper bag right now. So that's just where it is. So next, so pretty much the score is, or the Kids scored about 20. Oh, this is going back to Phil Maffa. Phil Maffa actually scored 28 touchdowns at Clemson, while he was at Clemson. He's ready. Okay. Now, so we end up going up 31-13 with just under 8 left in the fourth quarter. Next Falcons possession. It gets picked off on the first throw by former Cowboys 7th rounder Ben DiNucci. So Ben DiNucci is on the Falcons now, and basically he comes in the game and he throws a pick. Cowboys take over on the 31. Will Gear takes a sack. We later would punt. Falcons next possession. The running back goes for like 20 plus on the run. He gashed us. We got gashed on the run at the end of the fourth quarter. Like 4, 5, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we're getting gashed. 3rd string, 4th string is 100% suspect as expected, but it's like, whatever. So the running back, it's kind of funny. If you go back and rewatch the running back on the Falcons, he did jump. Like, he got the handoff and tried to jump over the line. Lands exactly at the 1. That's it. We get the stop on 4th and goal, and the Cowboys take the game. Will Gear ends up doing 1 QB sneak with about 38 seconds left just to burn the clock, and that's it. A very surprising goal line stance to end the game. We're talking about a game the Cowboys of which were up 31-13. We all know Cowboys like to do Cowboys things, like let a last-minute touchdown happen. It make it like 20-31. And with our luck, it'd be like they get a touchdown in the 2-point conversion. So it'd be like 21-31, making it not look as ugly. But they didn't do that this time. And that's why I said the optimism is gone. I feel like Coach Shoddy has taken this team to a different level mentally, and it's showing on the field. They're hitting. They're explosive. The energy is there. How do you feel about this W, Cowboys Nation? How do you feel? How do you feel going into week 1? I know. And then I don't know. I don't know when the heck he's going to get this money. But we know Jerry Jones said he'll be a Cowboy for the next 3 years before he plays for anybody else. One way or another, we're putting the positive Jew out there that Micah Parsons is in pads. signed up and ready to go week 1. That's all I'll say on that aspect. But on a positive side to end this video, I think overall our preseason went like this. It went exactly like this. A little bumpy at first. What is Joe Milton doing? Gets a little better, and he looks way better in the third game. Who they've trimmed down to and where we're at now, this team looks as complete and as put together as any first-year coach can do, as Brian Schottenheimer, Coach Schotty, has done. I'm excited. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know how you think this team is going to perform, what you think our record's going to be throughout the season. Eagles soup in the comments. Eagles soup in the comments. You already know. I've said it many times. Week 1, we are making Eagles soup, Eagles stew. We're going to crush them birds without question. But this has been Cowboys Digest. My name is Tyree Allison. We appreciate you checking in, as always, and we'll see you next time.